We're back here, guys, at the Nexon Arena, powering through. We got 2 more best of 5s here, and what a couple of best of 5s they're going to be. They're going to be 2 mirror matchups. It's going to be first here, Biel versus Dark in the ZVZ series, and then after that, Maru versus Dream, the rematch of the SSL Season 1 final.
That's the one everyone is looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to this one, too.
This one is going to be pretty cool. I actually haven't been able to commentate a ZVZ in a long time. I think the last one I commentated was the Hyun versus Lucera matchup. I mean, like in best of 5s or best of 3s, early matches don't really count. Taking a look at these viewpoints, Dark is 9-1 in recent multiple set matches versus Zerg, but that one is the one that he lost recently.
He had 9 set wins in a row versus Zerg. That's out of control.
Yeah.
That's like an awesome stat, actually. And it has down there at the bottom that he, of course, lost that best of 5 to Hyun. 0-3 there. It was a bit of a beatdown.
So, just at this point in time, actually, who do you favor going into this one?
I think I'd favor Biel, to be honest. Dark looked a little bit flimsy in his games against Hyun. Biel has got a pretty solid ZVZ overall.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Well, Tablet Man's here, you know what I mean? It's time for picks and bans, and I feel like this is going to be exciting to see ZVZ on these new maps. It's a matchup that's really dynamic and oftentimes about concaves and fights, and especially on maps like Moonlight Madness and stuff, like those fights and the positions, bridgeheads, like, oh my god, you know? And we actually have our 2 biggest maps gone here, Iron Fortress and Cactus Valley. Iron Fortress banned by Biel. Moonlight Madness is what Dark wants first.
No, that was Biel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I believe so.
Isn't it first pick from first ban?
Yeah.
So that was definitely Dark's pick then.
Okay.
So Biel picks Dash and Terminal, then Dark picks Bridgehead, and then Biel picks Terraform, which will leave the last map to Dark as Coda.
Well, these guys shaking hands, and we're about to get into this series, starting off with a lot of new maps. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to tell your friends to tune into this if they're not.
Valdez, those map picks are my dream because, or the map bans, I should say, because no 4-player maps. You see only 2-player maps.
No 4-player maps. 2 of the older maps also get banned out, so.
Yeah. And I'm totally okay with Coda. Like, I like Coda a lot.
Yeah.
Coda and Echo, I like. I really wish instead of Iron Fortress we still had King Sejong Station, to be honest, but
yeah,
that's just my feel.
That map went down in history, though. Very solid map, produced a ton of awesome games. Here's Biel. He didn't like that chair. He wants the better chair.
It's actually, a serious issue for a lot of people, the chair. Liquid Hero used to be famous in Korea for always wanting to switch his chair. I haven't seen or heard anything about it recently, but in the old GOM studio, he'd ask for new chairs a lot.
Yeah, they don't buy like the most amazing chairs for these people to be sitting on and getting off. These can be worn down pretty easily, and maybe the springs go or it goes too far back, or
yeah. I mean, keep in mind, like, people of all different esports are using this booth. Like, people are playing Blade and Soul and FIFA in these booths on these chairs. Like, it's like these chairs are used basically 7 days a week here in this arena by so many different types of pro gamers and different games and whatnot. So, all right, 51 and 40, but 10 and 5 versus Zerg in 2015. So the 9 and 1 stats, a lot of those included stats from last year, but still, that's pretty impressive. Like, he's only lost 1 ZVZ series out of 10 in recent times.
It's pretty out of control.
And it was a streak as well. It's like, what?
Yeah. This was the guy that I voted in like December 2014 to be like the big new up-and-comer of 2015. And he really did do that in the beginning. Kind of didn't, he didn't win any championships. He's not doing amazingly, but he's really come a long way. And he's really filled in that Zerg spot along with Sue over at SK Telecom T1. It's great to see him doing well, but let's see how he can do here against Biel on the first map, Moonlight Madness.
Biel, 한지원 vs SK텔레콤 T1 강영우.
Up here in the top right in the red, one of our Zerg players today, it is Bjall from CJ Antis.
It's on the side. His opponent in the bottom left in blue is Dark, repping SKT.
One thing to note, Bjall just had his teammate lose.
That's
CJ
true.
Hero.
That's very true.
I don't know if it's going to really affect him, but, well, hold that thought.
8 pool. What?
He's like, I'm so mad.
Yeah.
I need to take revenge. Keep in mind that Sue is on SK Telecom as Dark is as well. So it's the same team matchup here. Bjall looking to get revenge.
That's a really good point, actually. I'm glad you pointed that out. It's actually going to be, this is going to be a really funny situation. Let's see how greedy we get to see Dark play here, because, I mean, there's a potential to be insanely greedy on this map, but I wouldn't against Bjall. I feel like this matchup is going to be decided by this very first game. I feel like the winner of this game will win the series because of how this matchup plays, and these two players, I think, skill level-wise for this matchup are really similar. Bjall has shown some weaknesses in the past, but he is looking good recently.
Greencaster's going crazy. He's going for a pool first. It's going to help him out a ton against what Bjall is doing.
Yeah. It's going to be a Baneling follow-up, no doubt. And we'll see how much damage this gets done, because even though he follows this, I mean, even though he plays with a safe pool timing, this will still do some damage. The question is how much, and that's going to lead us to see how much Bjall can transition as well.
This map, we said it before, it's got a very long rush distance, even though it is a two-player map. Bjall will know where he is, but at the same time, it's going to take a while for those links to get all the way across the map.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the longer rush distances. Not massive, but still pretty long. Shot at Dark.
Seems pretty comfortable with this. He's played against this many times.
Yep. He's seen it. And he already has Lings on the way, as well as a Queen will pop out. Or he'll start a Queen in just a second.
Bjall's not going to be too happy with the fact that this hatch is coming down. He may be able to force it to cancel.
Bjall lost an Overlord as well somewhere along the way. He's actually supply blocked.
Oh, maybe he just did.
Oh, no, he did extract for cancel. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, he's just going to micro around this and force it to cancel. That was really scary. For a second, I thought he might just lose it without a cancel.
Waiting until the exact last second.
Bjall's Ling micro here is incredible, and he actually has an overwhelming amount. He just pulled the weakened Lings back and is ready to fight. He wants to try to escape here because he doesn't want to fight these numbers. He takes this fight. And the drones start fighting as well, and he actually wins it nonetheless. Really good control. They had like about even Lings there, and he had the drones too, but he just had a better surround. And a lot of his Lings were damaged. They had less hit points. I'm really surprised he was able to win that fight. I may have just miscounted, but it seemed like Dark had a good position there.
Well, all things considered, Bjall going to be in a pretty good place. Dark going to have to make some extra links to push out of his base, and he won't really be able to go for a big counterattack. Bjall going to get up his hatchery much earlier. He's going to get a better position down here, but with the drone and the Queen helping out, he will have to go back.
The hatch coming up here slightly earlier. But I still like Dark's position because he has the gas to get speed. He is going to need to power out a bunch of drones because he's definitely behind in that regard with all these links he just made. He was forced to make, as you said. But with speed, the next few minutes become very scary for Bjall, and he has to play very defensively. And because his hatch is late as well, he's not going to have creep, so getting a wall up is very tough. And it's just going to be a scary next few minutes for Bjall. If he can power through them and continue to also drone at the same time, then he'll be able to transition out of this one.
Yeah. Observer pointing out that on this map, the choke is pretty big, and it's going to take a while for the creep to get out of that hatchery and for him to start even thinking about putting up a wall against his speed. It's going to be Banelings too, and Bjall just continues to make drones.
The reason this almost certainly means aggression is because he has no reason to believe that Bjall would have speed behind this and that he would have to worry about Banelings for defense. So it's a pretty good guess that we'll be seeing this as an attack and not defense. Especially knowing that he's ahead with the attack. He knows he has speed first. Otherwise, we would have seen Banelings already from Bjall. We're going to go and see how many drones are here. Sees he's droning. Yeah, this is absolutely going to be for an attack. 8 more Lings on the way. 10, in fact. Dark is going to go for an all-in. This is what I was talking about, that scary time when he has speed and Bjall does not, and Bjall doesn't have that wall set up yet. He needs to get that up ASAP. It's the most important thing right now. But he needs more creep, and he doesn't even have a tumor here right now. So,
oh man, he needs to scout too. He sees some lane coming across. He sees them all now, and he also sees the speed. Immediately starts a spine crawler. He's going to try to block that ramp.
one Baneling is morphing, now two. Right now, actually, Dark is supply blocks, which is a bit of an issue. Okay, going to attack. He's going to target down that spine crawler with overwhelming Ling numbers, as well as the speed advantage here. We can just run circles around these Lings. And when those Banelings finish, they can actually finish off the spine crawler. Look at that. First one hits it. He's going to take it down here. No cancel. Drones are off the line. It looks like you might use the Banes to try to break the Queens.
Does he have a transfuse? He has one.
Oh,
there's a third
Baneling
Queen
hit.
in the back. Really helping out with the damage too.
That Queen's going to go down, though. This other Queen's blocking. A Baneling hit is good here as well. This Baneling's going to finish. It's going to maybe hit 3 Lings. She retreats for now.
Yep.
A bit of lost mining time. Those drones were actually like kind of on vacation there, essentially, is they were safe, but they weren't mining for a while because he was microing and doing so much other stuff.
Yep. This attack is not over, but Billy has his own Baneling nest. He's going to be able to catch 2 of these Banelings out here, and he's got a much better economy. I think the 1 Queen went down, right?
Yeah, just one.
Just the one.
Good targeting on these Banelings. And, you know, I mean, he's going to have his own speed in just a second. He's got a better economy. He has his extra Queens, or you had, you know. And he's got the spine about to finish. I think Dark is kind of overextended. He knows that he's adding drones. But transitioning away from here is going to be difficult. I'd like to see, honestly, Beal drop a Roach Warren in just a minute. He's got, you know, enough minerals to do it. Another attack here. Banelings trading with Banelings. And the drones survive. He cleans up the attack, transfuses the Queen for security.
Yep. Totally held. Bill's control in this first game. We've seen other players come in tonight. In the first game, they just look like off. Like Maru to start things off. Dream, the next series, we saw Hero be pretty rusty coming in. And Biel is the exact opposite. He's playing this pretty stunningly perfect, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he had a huge disadvantage with the lack of speed for a long time. But his control was good. And his attack just started to get worn down eventually. His management of his resources was the most important thing to note. Like, in those fights, it wasn't about the micro as much as it was about how much stuff he was able to produce and how he walked the razor-thin line of how many drones you have to make in order to make those units to hold, but not making too many drones so that you don't have enough units and then you die. It's like a very fine line that you're walking, and that's why this matchup is often called the knife fight matchup, because it's like, you know, it's not PvP as people call rock, paper, scissors, because tech is so important in the early game. It's not, you know, TVT where it's like a chess match because it takes so long and everything's very positional. It's just about like quick action, reflexes, and reflexes not only in like how you micro your units, but in how you react quickly to these situations and produce the right amount of drones, the right amount of Zerglings.
We do have that Roach Warren, I think, finished up for Biel, but he's going to forego the Roaches for now. He feels like he's got Dark on his own side of the map here.
Oh! A great Baneling hit there.
A really, really nice one there. He almost sneaks by a Ling. He really wants to know what Dark is doing.
Yeah.
Overseer may be able to get into that main base.
No, one Ling is on a mission to scout.
I don't know about the Spire, to be honest.
Well,
it's only halfway done. He's saving up so much stuff.
He actually is playing so weird. Did you see that for just a second? He started +1 for Roaches and Roach speed, then canceled them both. Like, it's almost like he forgot that he made a Spire. He's going to commit to it, but he has no spines. He has actually no idea this is coming. I mean, he has the one from before, but that's like, he needs like 5 spines right now. Like, not just the one that he made earlier. He's not making any additional ones. He's making a lot of Banes. That's his only line of defense here. The Queen is going to go down. And actually, that's not even a tight wall. Banes roll through. One good Baneling hit will stop all those forces to cancel. And Dark turns this one around. Biel takes a huge risk, and it's a big mistake. He's also going to lose his Roach Warren, it looks like, here in just a minute, and that's going to be the end of this.
Yeah, not sure about that decision. He's going to have a lot of mutas out here in a second, but he's just losing too much.
Yeah. He's dead. The Mutalisks are not going to be able to save him. These Roaches are too tanky. Man, what a back-and-forth game we just watched, man. That third base is definitely not doing anything for me either. Whoa.
Well then.
Dark's going to win the series now.
Is that your prediction now that he's taking the first game here?
Absolutely. I predict that in almost every best of 3. Statistics are overwhelming in favor of players winning the first game, winning series. And the longer the series goes, take it to a best of 5 or a best of 7, the player that won the first game usually wins that. That statistics even go further in that favor. If you look at finals in Korea, I know the last time I saw was probably about, it was like 87% of finals that have ever happened in Korea, including StarCraft 1. The player who won the first game or won the series, the best of 7.
Well, we've had a strange game today then, because Maru lost the first game, then Dream lost the first game.
Yeah.
And
his Life lost his first game yesterday in Challenger.
yeah. These big names just playing lazy the first game, maybe, skewing those stats.
Yeah.